Louisville at Notre Dame, Saturday college basketball. Marco, you've been, what's your record in the college basketball best bets?
Well, we're 3-0 with the college basketball best bets, and we actually haven't lost a basketball pick yet so far that we've done on the show.
All right, so we're taping here on Tuesday night for the Wednesday action. Tell us who you like and why.
Well, we've got the Louisville is going to go into Notre Dame, and this is a bad scheduling spot for Louisville in this game, RJ. They're playing their third road game in 4 games. Not only that, but their next game up is another huge game for Louisville. They go into they play Syracuse at home on Saturday on ESPN. Big game for Louisville. Notre Dame, they enter this game coming off a win and a no cover on Sunday. And I like this situation because we're looking at a team where we're going to pick up some line value. Notre Dame, to me, is one of the most underrated teams in the Big East. There's so many big names in the Big East. You've got Pitt, Syracuse, Georgetown, Connecticut, all of the...
All right, so let's examine that position. Is Notre Dame, according to Marco, is underrated. Now, why?
Well, this is a team that, like I said, because of the other teams in the conference, they don't get the spotlight shined on them with everybody else. When you go down the list, there are maybe 4th, 5th, 6th on people's list. And a lot of the experts in basketball, when you start talking this time of the year about which teams are going to make it to March Madness, this conference is so deep that it could be the first time ever. They're talking legitimately 11 teams out of the Big East can make March Madness this year.
And where would you where would the public put Notre Dame on the list in the Big East?
Public's going to put them 5th or 6th, and I think they're one of the top 3 teams in the Big East.
Okay, so this is what I'm hearing, and it sounds like it's a concept that's applicable not just to Notre Dame, but potentially always in the Big East each year, is you're saying we have a tendency to say who's the best couple Big East teams, who's the best couple Big 12 teams, etc. And then the fact that someone's, let's say, the 5th best team, almost like the SEC in football. Mm-hmm. The 4th best SEC team might be better than the 2nd best Pac-10 team, but because of the fact that they're 4th in the conference and they're getting beat by 1, 2, and 3, it feels like that maybe they're not as good as they really are. So you're saying in a super stacked conference, if you go past the top echelon, you can find some underrated teams.
You can, and we like to use the phrase flying under the radar, and this Notre Dame team is. Now, as I talked about that game on Sunday, they played Rutgers at home, Notre Dame did, and they had kind of a flat effort. They won, but they didn't cover. They won by 7 or 8 points, I believe, and they were laying 11.5. But what I got to note about that game, it was a spot for a flat spot, because the game before that, Notre Dame went into Pittsburgh and beat Pitt. And that is a situation, you beat a very good Pitt ball club where Pitt had won like 50 out of 51 games at the Peterson Event Center. So that was a huge win for Notre Dame. They came back home, a little bit flat after that big win, but I expect a huge effort tomorrow night, Wednesday, as we're taping on Tuesday. I've got them winning this game. The line is -4 on this game, the overnight line. I have them winning the game 68-59. Great defensive team. You know how good Pitt is, and you know I follow Pitt very well. Top 4 team in the country. They held Pitt to 51 points. Good defensive team, Notre Dame is.
Okay, so this sounds like a simple handicap to me. Is we've got a Louisville team that potentially could be looking ahead, potentially a little bit tired from the road games.
Correct.
We've got a Notre Dame team that's simply underrated, and the principle that's causing them to be underrated is a second-tier team in a packed conference. It tends to be underrated, and thus there's value.
Absolutely.
That's simple. All right, it's your turn to continue the conversation in the comment section with Marco and me. And next up, we're going to be talking another Saturday college basketball game. Oh, excuse me, another Wednesday college basketball game.